Hey guys, I just want you to read through chapter 7 and then complete the exercises. I'll send through an email outlining, the specific questions I want you to answer. I'm not going to read through chapter 7 because you guys can do that. The theory is pretty straightforward. However, what I will do is just cover a few key topics from the PowerPoint that's been provided. So we look at control mechanisms such as internal control, for example, a safe. If you work at McDonald's, maybe there's a safe that you can put money in. However, only the people from Army Guard can access it, whereas maybe a manager doesn't have the key, so that they can't run off with all the money. So that stuff is quite straightforward. However, the bank rec is where the majority of the questions are and what you will be required to do on the next outcome. So bank reconciliation is the process of verifying the entries in the firm's cash journals by comparing them against the transactions recorded on the bank statement. So in chapter 6 we did our cash journals. How this differs is we take our cash journals now and we compare them to what the bank says. So what the bank says may be different to what our cash journals actually say. So how we generally do this is we pretty much just tick off. So we would go to our cash journal and then we tick off what matches the bank statement, and then we see what hasn't been, matched up, and then we add that respectively. So we'll go to an example in a minute, and it'll make a lot more sense. So the bank statement and cash journals will not always show the same information. There may be some transactions the bank does not know about, some the business does not know about. So 4 steps. So steps 1 to 3 you probably are familiar with from chapter 6. So compare cash receipts, compare cash payments, update the firm's cash journals. So you should be able to do 1 to 3. However, step 4 we are yet to complete. So prepare a bank reconciliation statement. So it's really just the next step on. So if you're good with 1 to 3, preparing a bank rec should be pretty straightforward. So items circled in the bank statement will be added to the cash journals. Items circled in the cash journals will be reported in a bank rec statement. So a dishonored check will appear in the debit column of the bank statement, but must be recorded as a negative cash receipt. I will see what that means in a minute. Deposits not yet credited and unpresented checks must be reported on the bank reconciliation statement until they appear on the bank statement. So once again, some of this might not make a lot of sense until we go to an example. So if we go to exercise 7.1, so bank reconciliation. As at 1st of August 2016, Pippa's Dog Wash had $1,235 cash in its bank account. The firm's cash journals and bank statement for August 2016 are provided below and right. So what we have in here, in our cash journals, should theoretically match what is in our bank statement. Alright, so if we go answer question A, so update the cash journals of Pippa's Dog Wash, total the cash journals. So here we've got our cash journals, but it doesn't contain all the info, so we have to try to find out what actually isn't in there. So if we go to our solutions, I'm yet to add these in. So there is an item missing here, but how do we know what this item is? So I look through, I've marked it off one by one. Okay, so what don't we have in here that we have in here? So we can see a few different items. Okay, so I can see cash checks, for example, 220. Where do we have 220? Cool, tick that off. Do we have Kelpie also? Yep. Cool, so tick that off, which is our cleaning supplies, sorry. So we need to then just find which one has not been included. So I've gone through and found that actually our interest charge, so that for $20 is not on here. So all we need to do is say, okay, what date was the interest charge? Okay, interest. So it's at the 5th. Chuck in a 5 here. 5th, and it is a interest charge. Cool. Do we have a rec number? Okay, so I don't have a rec number, so what do? It's from the bank statement. And how much was it for? So it was for $20. And we put it into dog wash, no. Clippings and cuts, no. Sundries, yes, because it won't be occurring very regularly. Is there any GST? No, because it's our interest. So that is all that was missing for our cash receipts journals. However, there are some things missing from our cash payments journals, which I have already included here. So if we compare that to so we've got insurance is the last one. However, there's also a transaction fee. So where is our transaction fee in here? So it's for $15. So transaction fee. Cool. So $15. So debit. So a thing you need to also note about the bank statement that I've probably already mentioned earlier, that our debit side is actually what's being taken out, whereas generally in accounting we think debit are increasing. However, because it's from the bank's perspective, we always need to remember that debit is actually going down from our perspective, that the cash is actually decreasing. Whereas a credit, our bank balance is actually increasing. So we've got our transaction fee there. So our transaction fee that happened on the 30th, it's from the bank statement, $15, chuck it in the sundries, and A is complete. So let's go to B now. Calculate the bank balance in the records of Pippa's Dog Wash as at 31st of August 2016. So if we go to here, we've got how much are our receipts. So let's go. So our receipts, okay, cash receipts, we have bank, and our receipts are 2,582. So we go into down here. We said our receipts are 2,582. And how much are our payments? So we go up, cash payments, we have bank, 3,498. 3,498. So negative 916. Why is it negative? Because our receipts less payments is a deficit. So how do we get to our total? We need to then add in our opening balance. What was our opening balance? It says opening balance 1,235 cash. That's 1,235, and if we take 916 and 1235, we get our bank balance of $319. So that is question B ticked off. So calculate bank balance. C, explain the purpose of preparing a bank reconciliation statement. So there's a few reasons why I guess we create a bank rec statement. But it's essentially just to explain the differences between, I guess, the records of the firm and what is shown by the bank or the bank statement. So I guess this way it ensures that we can actually verifiably say, okay, we have 1,200 in the bank and we have 1,200 actually on our business records, so that matches. We don't have these big unexplained discrepancies. D, so prepare a bank rec statement for Pippa's Dog Wash as at 31st of August 2016. So this is step 4 in our 4-step process. So this is the last step. So if you've got steps 1 to 3 down pat, this should be quite easy. So how we do it is if we go to here, so bank rec statement as at 31st of August, so always important to put in the title, heading, date. So balance as per bank statement. So what was the balance? So if we go back, we can say, okay, we got the balance, what's the date? Okay, August 1st. However, it's asking for 31st, so we go, our closing balance is 896. Credit, so 896. Add deposits that have not yet been credited. So is there any deposits that haven't been credited yet? Let's soon find out. So we can go up, and there was actually a deposit that has yet to be credited. As we see here, we have 385. So the El Labrador has yet to be credited into the bank statement. How do we know that? Because it's not in here. So we then go 385. So we now have our 385 in there, which gives us our total of 1,281 less unpresented checks. So I've already put this in, so I've also got the check number next to it, so 318 and 319. So how do we know that they're not in here? So let's look. Okay, 314, 316, 317. Okay, not here. However, if we look at here, 316, 317, 318, 319 are here. So for the amounts of 500 and 462. So if we add those in, so we've got 500 and 462 gives us the total of 962. So if we go our 1,281 minus our 962, that gives us 319, and we have completed our first bank reconciliation. Sorry if that's been super quick, however, I am using a free program that cuts me off after about 12 minutes, so I hope that's clear. Send through any questions you have, and I might do one for a bit of a harder one. Alright, thanks guys.